having a smoke on the boat at the dock. I just came down to check up, make sure everything was hunky-dory. I had a dehumidifier going and just wanted to make sure. We're going to get some cold weather, probably colder than in a decade, so, or a couple of decades even. Kind of gets your attention. So even though we're sitting on Salt Chuck, which is at like 43 degrees, Puget Sound, everything above there, you know, if it gets down to 10 degrees or thereabouts, things can freeze. So I turned the little heater on, closed her up, so it'll be just like a little capsule of warmth, hopefully. Leaks seem to be contained. You know, I have this running list. It's like a house. A boat is. It's just a microcosm of a house. But a house that sits on water. And just like a house, it's totally exposed 365 days of the year, 24/7. So, what do you expect, you know? Stuff has to be pretty durable to continue to live in the marine environment. So, smoking Captain Pete from Peterson. Does this have a shape number? No, it just says Captain Pete. Oh, there it is. It's a XL 155. Peterson product, made in the Republic of Ireland. Stamped on there. I've never seen that stamp before. Oh, somebody's in trouble.
Medic 84, A23, ALS response 123.
Not me. If it was a house fire, then I would need to be water supply and show up for that. But it is not, I'm happy to say. Yeah, house fires when it's really cold and icy. Ugh. Driving a 55,000-pound truck in the middle of the night usually, where visibility is less, and you know, it's kind of a crazy thing. LED headlights also don't create the kind of heat that melts snow as it falls against the headlights, so you have to stop occasionally and scrape them off. You know, it's one of those little nuances with technology. But the lighting is much improved, so that's a good thing. Anyway, the to-do list on the boat is extensive. All it takes is money. My autopilot, which was original to the boat, 1983-ish, is pretty shot, you know. That's $1,500. The sail covers are shot. I do have a kit from Sailrite to do the kind of catamaran type where the sail cover remains in place and catches the sail, and then it has a zipper along the top. So you don't remove the sail cover. So I'm looking forward to that, but it's a kit. I have to make them, or somebody does. So, in my old treadle sewing machine from 1898, just isn't working the way it used to. So, I may be looking at a new sewing machine. Actually, Sailrite makes one that's designed for leather work, which would sew through anything here. And I don't need it to go fast. I just need it to go through everything. So that may be the machine for me. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. So I am not an anti-vaxxer. I like to have all the facts, and so the RSV vaccine, which is not mRNA based, seems like a pretty safe bet. The number of adverse events per million jabs is right on par with a flu shot, which is quite low. So, so I wanted the RSV vaccine. Well, my insurance, in the U.S. it's all about insurance, right? We just switched to a new insurance company, and so they do not cover currently. They'll probably change this, but they do not cover a jab from a pharmacy. So you just can't go to your local Rite Aid or whatever your local pharmacy is, and conveniently get the RSV vaccine. I talked to a few guys in the firehouse, and they had RSV, and they said it is nothing to mess around with. It's really more severe than they expected. Worse than COVID. Everybody's had COVID now, at least once. So, so I kind of wanted that RSV vaccine. So, wasted time going to the pharmacy. I would have to pay $350 out of pocket and then be reimbursed, perhaps, by my insurance company in 9 months or whatever. Forget it. So I guess I could go to urgent care and get that seems stupid. So there is actually a small local clinic. If you go to a clinic, it's completely covered. So I thought, well, I'll go to this local clinic. Well, turns out for that day, I have to be a patient at the clinic. They have to be my primary care for them to do that. So, there's a lot of paperwork to fill out and stuff just for that day. But honestly, I don't care that much about my doc, my current doc that I've had for 25 years. In fact, the only reason I got him was when I joined the fire department 25 years ago. He was doing the intake medical exams, and so I just stuck with him. What the heck? Yeah, it's been a mixed. So everything is an opportunity, and we don't, unless we're presented with the option of change, we often don't see it as an opportunity. But it's an opportunity. I mean, your car breaks. Oh my gosh, that 2000 Ford Taurus finally died, So now it's time to look at a car that better meets your needs, is probably much safer in a crash. It's going to cost you a little money, but amortized out, I don't know, right? It's an opportunity. So probably gets better mileage too, honestly. So anyway, I did get the RSV vaccine, and they were so nice at this clinic that I switched over. So that was, I was reluctant to do that, but it was an opportunity, and now I'm with some healthcare that is more proactive and more engaged, and I don't know. I think it's going to be good. But I wouldn't have done it if I kind of didn't have to. Well, I didn't have to. I mean, I could have just skipped the RSV thing. But I did that. So, a friend of mine is switching jobs, and so he's on the learning curve on the new job, whereas he was really on autopilot and just bored out of his mind at the last job. So he's a little stressed, but honestly it's a great opportunity. And so you have a little short-term pain or discomfort. It's really discomfort, it's not pain. And it's usually emotional, right? So rather than physical. So in the long run, it's a good trade-off. And even if this job doesn't, that he's jumped into, turns out to be not what he thought it was, it'll help him figure out what he really does want to do. And he may have some contacts there that lead him to other options, you know. So again, it's an opportunity. And it isn't just semantics. I mean, yeah, the cup half full, the cup half empty. Oh, I hate it. I'm so uncomfortable. It's stressing me out. Versus it's an opportunity. But, you know, if you really look at it, it is an opportunity. Smoking some of the 1883 mixture, which was all the little baggies of anything and everything poured into a big mixing bowl and just stirred up and then put into mason jars. So makes an unlimited supply of dry. I mean, it's not super moist tobacco, but it burns pretty well in a humid climate. So we'll see what the weather does. The sky is very dramatic. It's quite beautiful, actually. Yeah. And the boat's good. It's amazing how a fiberglass boat can just kind of hang out in the weather on the water all the time for years and years and do so well, you know? Wow. And yet a 737-9 door plug, okay, we won't talk about that. Boeing and its quality problems, and you know, it is all a trickle down from management. Company mood, company, all that stuff. Oh gosh. So sad. I mean, Boeing was just always such an engineering company and so forth, and it just has become a marketing company, honestly. Seemingly. I mean, there's still a lot of engineering there. But it does kind of feel like they've sort of lost their way a little bit. And maybe there's some inevitability there. I mean, look at General Electric. Look at big, older companies that IBM, Hewlett-Packard. One might even say Dell on the newer side of things. I don't know. A discussion for, you know, over some beers, solving the world's problems. But anyway, life is good. So they took some blood, and I just got a phone call, and they said, "Oh yeah, everything looks normal and good. Yay! You might live for another couple of years." So it's a good thing. Yeah. So the trick is to see things as opportunities rather than burdens, because that's all in your head. So much is in our heads, you know. Anyway, I'm going to finish this up. Head on now. Good boat. Yeah.